All right, everybody. Welcome to the Snark podcast. We'll see you next time.
Good night, niggas.
I ain't no one's bottom bitch. I'll never be a bottom bitch.
Toodaloo.
See, I wonder if anybody listened to that and genuinely thought for a moment, like, did I miss did I miss the show? I don't understand.
Well, like they're just dummies, like they're just stupid as shit. Like
I'd like the idea that someone's really tired and they're fainting out of sleep and awakeness, and they close their eyes for a moment, and that happens, and they're like,
dude, that happened to me one time. I remember specifically. I remember when I was young. Like I was living in Yonkers, so it was like either like 2000. I think it was like maybe 2003 or 2004. I remember going to sleep and like getting into bed and laying down and blinking once, and it was daytime, and it freaked me the fuck out because I was like, how is that? I didn't even feel rested or anything. I didn't feel like I got anything out of it. I didn't feel like I had gained something. I felt like I was like replaced almost.
It's time travel.
It was weird.
Man. You did get
That's
replaced.
what it is.
You're
That's
not
what it
real.
is.
You're not fucking real.
You're not real. You're a fucking fake. You're a fake faker. You're fake. You're fake. Fake.
Yeah, well,
I could always tell.
If I'm fake, then it's unfortunate that the suffering is so real.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks.
Let's
but
move
still,
on.
on other news,
in other news, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Some shit happened. Didn't a royal
Nothing
nigga
happened. Nothing
die or something like that? Didn't somebody royal die?
No, nobody royal died. I don't think anybody. Somebody
no
royal
thing.
died.
Who's that bitch name? Who did the royal song?
that bitch?
Princess Diana is dead. Who's that fucking Kate Middleditch? Middlesworth?
Oh yeah, does she have like
the actor?
She has like AIDS or something, doesn't she?
Oh, she has cancer.
What?
Doesn't she have
no,
AIDS?
None of this is right. Kate Middleton?
Yeah, isn't she the one that she has AIDS? Like she's one of the fancy.
She's
people,
the
right?
she's the one that married the older son. I know that.
She's the one that went missing, I think.
Yeah, and she was missing because she had AIDS. She wanted to be in like the spotlight, and she was embarrassed that like
Meghan Markle's
it should be so easily treatable, and she just let it turn into AIDS.
The fuck?
Right. The fuck? You don't remember that? I just thought
it's
it was
treatable now. Like actually, is it actually treatable now?
Well, it's very it's extremely,
is it much more treatable than before?
It's pretty much you can live comfortably and it'll be dormant. Yeah. They pretty much
if you literally just have a Flintstones gummy every day and you have AIDS, you'll be fine. AIDS is so trivial. It's actually low key. It's a little embarrassing that so many people died of AIDS when it's so like it's such a feeble. I think it's what it is because people didn't understand what they were dealing with. It's kind of like Gollum. Like if you're just sleeping, if you live in the modern world and you're just like kind of like you're in a 9 to 5 in a daily rut and you're just like, oh man, things are boring or whatever, and then Gollum crawls up on you in the middle of the night and strangles you to death. I mean, it can't really be blamed for that because you had no real reason or awareness that you had to prepare for a Gollum attack.
Chris,
but everybody knows about Golems.
I'm sure a 9-year-old could sneak up on you and choke you to death in your sleep, and you would probably just get choked because you wouldn't be prepared for it. I think if a 9-year-old meant it, like a 9-year-old that's like, I have to kill you, and it's not going to be a 9-year-old to get hit and run away. It's going to be like, I have to kill you. And it does. I think it can kill probably any of us if it really wants to. If it just holds on for dear life, and we're just in our bedrooms, just lying down sleeping, and it comes in and it just starts choking us.
Right. What I'm saying is,
neck, so I don't know.
But what I'm saying is, people wouldn't feel so like, oh man, well, like yeah, of course. How could he have expected a Golem to attack him? But in a world where like a lot of people died from Golem attacks, you kind of get used to like, oh, okay, I know what to do. I'll take a Flintstones vitamin to prepare, and then you don't have to deal with the Golem.
Kind of fixes everything.
AIDS is like a cold now. It's like
Barney,
kind of shake it off.
Crazy reality.
Barney, I have AIDS. Well, Fred, just take a fucking vitamin. You'll be good, bitch.
Take a nap, Fred. It'll be gone by daytime.
Nigga, shut up. I don't care.
Barney, quit fucking my wife, Barney. Well, I like her pussy better than what's my bitch's name again?
Question. This is a question that I really I'm serious, and people are gonna think I'm stupid, but I really think that Barney, that like the honeymooners, the two friends were based off Barney and Fred, right?
That's what some people say.
Well,
but
no, it's the reverse. I think Fred and Barney are based on the honeymooners.
I have no fucking idea. I
don't know which came first. I just don't know.
I've never
whichever vice versa, whichever
the honeymooners was too white, dude. I never watched that shit.
You know watch honeymooners?
No, that was too. There was no flavor in it at all, except for him threatening to beat up his wife. That shit was dope. I like that. I
watch honeymooners because I have an elderly grandma.
Be like, you stupid bitch. You fucking say something again, straight to the mood, whore. And then fucking zoom. And then it smash cuts to like the kitchen, and you just hear a huge echo, just of a swap. And I was like, that goes hard, dude. I like that.
It sounds like a whip's being cracked, but it's his hand making contact with her face.
Yeah, there's that episode of the honeymooners.
Explosive damage.
There's that episode of the honeymooners where he hits her so hard and she goes flying through the door, and then she ping pongs around like a pinball around the kitchen for 8 straight minutes, and it's just her bouncing off of like hard appliances for 8 straight minutes of and the audience doesn't say a thing until the end where she lands. And then they all scream and applaud.
Yes,
and they clap.
Yeah. I love those old school shows like that.
Some shit.
That's why I would always watch. I Love Lucy because of all of the domestic violence. Like Fred taught how to beat Lucy. He taught Ricky how to beat Lucy better. Like Fred was like, "You're not hitting her hard enough."
Is that what that show's about?
Because
he's very. I Love Lucy's an important show. I don't want to lie about that.
So he was like very like conservative, like very Cuban conservative, and he's like, I gotta beat this white bitch a little bit and show her how we do it in Cuba. And then Fred's like, hold on, you little spick, you're not doing it good enough. See, you gotta hit her. You gotta hit her in the body. You gotta hit her in the body so she can stay pretty. And he's like, oh,
what is this, Mickey? Is this Mickey from Rocky training him?
Listen, I mean, that's always...
Listen, Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
It's just Ricky. It's Rocky, but it's Ricky. It's Mickey teaching Ricky how to beat up Lucille Ball. That's the whole movie.
Like, really good.
Yeah. I don't like this. I Love Lucy's a really important show to me. That's like one of my... That was the first show me and my grandma actually watched together as like two sentient people.
Yeah,
come here, you
me too.
Dumb
Actually,
bitch.
No. The first show me and my grandmother watched together was 24-hour news when 9/11 happened. We were just watching it, and she was like,
"That must have been a weird conversation."
That's sick as
yeah,
fuck.
she did not. She just said "ay," and that's it.
That's it. Ay caramba.
That's what she said. Ay caramba is what she said.
Diablo, and that's it. It's like,
Bro, I don't really watch DVDs anymore because obviously who the fuck has?
Why would
I have
you?
I have a detachable fucking you external disc drive, because you just don't have them installed in computers anymore. But like I still kind of want one of those multi-box sets of I Love Hitting Lucy. I think that would be like really cool to own.
Lucy.
I think it would be really nice to have like on the shelf or something, and it's just. With like an imprint of Rick's just hand on her face. And like, there's like a really iconic photo of her where it looks like kind of almost airbrushed in a way. And she looks like really gorgeous. And then just there's a nice fucking just slap on her and stuff. I miss that, man. I really do miss when women knew their place, Like when they really just kind of like,
damn.
When they did shit and then they didn't talk bad or they knew they were literally going to the moon, like the women's suffrage and feminism and whatever. Fucking, I'm gonna start wearing like really.
I want to see the clip. The clip that I'm just letting you. I'm letting you go because I want to see what the clip is gonna be. I want to see if someone clips this.
I hope somebody clips that.
I'm gonna say something, and I want
to get the Manosphere people to listen to this fucking podcast.
I don't agree with that period of time, but it must have been lit, Like it must have been pretty lit, like.
Meaning you agree, but you're just trying to save face.
Like I know, like I must have been like, wow, this is crazy. Like your friend's just talking, you're talking to your friend, your wife comes and interrupts you, you get up. You open hand slap your wife to the floor, and then your friends cheer you on, and you're like, "Wow, I really did something today."
Yeah.
It really is a shame.
Go back to drinking.
It really is a shame how much. Not really. How much those jokes have been ruined for me by people who I know. Like it's. I can't laugh at it anymore. It just makes me sad because there are people who are so stupid. Too. No, not that. I could give a fuck less. It's more about it's more about the fact it's like, God damn it, like there are people who are laughing along who don't get it, who don't get that it's a joke, and it bothers me. It bothers me that like comedy's been completely ruined by people who don't get it. Comedy's been completely ruined by people who don't get it. I think
it bothers me a little bit.
That's what the shame is.
I'll tell you one time I was bothered when there was a movement of people. Do you remember when like people were trying to? There was the progressive ideologues, like the zealot motherfuckers that were trying to find racism, sexism, and everything. Like they were just kind of bored, so they tried to do it with metal, and no one cared because they're just like, will you go away? And it didn't work. But so I just kind of made a video talking about it and how fun people were making fun of it and shit. And I did a thing where I just had a death metal band and I put it over some footage of Hitler giving one of his speeches, and it kind of looked like he was singing or he was screaming along to it, and as people were, as the SS were marching to it or whatever the fuck. And this one guy DM'd me and he was like, "Oh man, that shit fucking rules. Can you send that to me?" And I was like, "What?" Like he it wasn't in like the like, oh, this is funny. He was like, "That's fucking cool." And I'm like, "What? Like, how did you get here?" I was like, "How'd you get here, dude?"
It makes me resent. It makes me like resentful. It's like I want you in the sun so bad.
Like, look, I know, like you made it right, and it's like clearly what you made is Hitler singing along to metal, right? But it's like, who the fuck is really out here like, yeah, this is sick.
This is so dope.
So it's this weird dichotomy where you're like, are you fucking stupid? Like, do you really think I, a black man, would be like, yes, I'm so proud I made it. Hitler listen to fucking metal. Awesome.
Brother, it happens.
I can't wait to show my bald white friends. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude, fuck, man. It's so weird. There are some people, I actually got really upset this morning. I had one of these moments this morning that I don't show it in the show or anything like that. We're trying to keep it nice and light, but I'm very adjacent to like activism, and I'm always contemplating like some real shit or going out and getting active, all this bullshit. And I had one of these moments when I was driving home from when I took JoJo to work, and I was kind of like, what's the point? We should just all die. Like I had one of those moments where there was just some dumb bullshit that happened that I was like, why am I even trying? Or why do any of us even try? I had a little moment, like a lapse of just burn it all down. Let the worst people get elected. Let just go. Who cares anymore?
That's
dude?
me 50 times an hour.
Bro.
They're like, yeah.
That's
dang. I would think like that if I wasn't, but I'm not pussy. You see, I'm just not pussy.
No, that's because you're just like, an armchair fucking nigga that doesn't do shit.
Bro, I'm out and about often. I'm actually very rarely in my house.
You're out beating your dick, bitch. What are you talking about?
I'm out doing silly shit. But I'm out and about. Like, it's still out and about. It's silly shit.
You're just gooning and shit. You're just frightening everybody.
It doesn't count. It counts. I'm out and about doing shit, bro. I'm going places. I'm meeting niggas. I'm fucking making friends and fucking forging bonds. It's just that it's via silly shit. Like, I'm not gonna deny that I'm not doing shit that's like really weighing on me. But I'm out and about at least, okay?
If that were true, you'd be dead. You would have been shot by the police by now. Just by
I'm not drawing attention. I'm not drawing attention to myself. I'm just out and about.
Existing is attention. Like you are an immediate threat to every police officer ever. Just by you being over 6 foot.
It's crazy. It's crazy because when I talk to cops, I notice people are gonna think I'm kidding. I swear to God, every time I talk to a cop literally tenders and puts their hands on her hip every time I fucking talk to a cop. Every single time. And I'm just talking to them.
That's just why. Well, first of all, why are you talking to them? 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 Why are you talking to them?
Might need directions to something like that, or just something's going on.
You ask a cop for directions. That's insane.
Ask your phone, dude.
What are you talking? Ask a cop.
What if my phone's dead? What if my phone's dead? What if I lost my phone, Chris?
Then you're about to
then
be
you're
dead.
A fucking idiot who lost his phone, and you deserve to not go to wherever it is you were supposed to be going. Nothing. No, that doesn't happen. People don't lose their phone.
One time, I swear to God, Lily lost her phone. Right? Lily lives in Burbank, New California. So what happens is that she was like, I'm gonna let the cops know if they can go venture and find my phone. I was like, Lily, I'm scared. Don't talk to the police while I'm here. She talked to them. The cop saw me. His posture erected a little bit, and his hand went near his hip. And I was like, that's crazy. I'm so far away from him. I'm not going to look at him so I don't.
Yeah, but you
it's like looking at a gorilla. When you look at a gorilla, they think you want to challenge him. So I just looked away into the corner, and I was like, I just got to act like I'm not here.
He's about to turn into Winter Soldier right now. Fucking take you out, dude. You got to be careful with that shit.
That Winter Soldier scene is so I know they didn't mean it, but that's such a funny fucking scene. Where he's just like, he looks over at the black guy and he's sweating and he's like...
that out of context is so funny where fucking... Somebody even put like a caption of... Cap just got unfrozen. He didn't know about the civil rights movement. So he's looking at that black dude in the fucking elevator. That shit is so good. He just looks so
What are you doing here? Why you got real clothes on?
Speaking of dumbass people, I reposted that on Instagram. And there were some people that were like genuinely upset. Like as if, I'm like, wait, it's such an obvious joke that you want to kill those people that just can't possibly understand it. I'm like, what's happening?
Because that joke is it is a super disrespectful joke to Captain America. As a character, Captain America, as a fan of him,
that's exactly why it's funny.
But it also is really
if
funny.
Captain America was actually a racist person and not an upstanding citizen, then it wouldn't be funny.
It's funny. It's just hilarious. It's like, you're making Captain America. That's so not right to Captain America. But at the same time, it's like the idea of Captain America not understanding. Time,
that is the only thing. Like it
well,
doesn't.
I will also say. Well, no, hold on, wait. It doesn't. First of all, you can't be disrespectful. You can't be disrespectful to Captain America because he's not real. There's nothing. You can't. Oh, I wonder how he's going to feel about this. No, not really.
The character. That's stupid. That's a dumb opinion.
Who's being disrespected?
No, not
who's being
literally.
The character itself. Like it's
feelings.
not a little person being
no such thing.
But like you can disrespect the character. You can. The character exists. As much as it's not a real thing, it still does exist. That's insane. That's wild. It's a wild thing. The character exists. I mean, that isn't a real person, but the character does exist in the world.
The idea that anything could be disrespectful to a piece of fiction is insane to me. Like that is not real.
So crazy.
What is there left? What are you talking about?
The idea of the thing, the what was created by the thing being created in its own. That's
but respect only is valuable if it can be perceived by the people. Like
you can still perceive respect. You can still perceive.
But Captain America can't.
But the person that created Captain America in a certain way can.
Right.
That's
He's
so
dead.
dumb.
No.
That's really stupid.
That's two different things.
He's dead.
It's two different things. That's true, but it's like the people that love Captain America.
Hold on, let me ask you something. I
understand what you're saying.
If you are disrespectful to the character of Captain America, are you being, or the character specifically, are you being disrespectful to the person who created him?
Inherently, to a degree, yes.
To a degree, so it's not exactly the same.
Not exactly the same, but you can still be disrespectful. Like that's like saying you can't be disrespectful to like I don't know, like because once things come into context, like yes, it may not be a physical thing, but it still has like the people that care about it make it as real as if it was a thing that exists, walked around.
Right. So you're disrespecting.
There are people that live their lives by respecting it.
Yeah, you're
That's
disrespecting.
That's a wild statement.
You're disrespecting. See, it's not like say if you were because I feel like I say a lot of times that words are important, like the way that we use them. And saying disrespecting this thing, this abstract concept is like kind of silly. But if you're disrespecting the people that revere this concept, that makes sense. Like that actually makes sense. You're disrespecting the people that revere Captain America. That is true. But if you're being like you're disrespecting Captain America, that's a silly thing to say. Captain America isn't real.
Yeah, I agree with your right words wise. Yes, you are right. Directly, like literally in word structure. Yes, you're correct. Using the right words, but it's like the idea of what I'm saying is that like there's a character was built a certain way, you know, and like if you're like. It's like if Marvel made a thing where Captain America was saying the N-word 50 times in 10 minutes. That is huge disrespectful to Captain America.
No,
the character is not it 100% is. Because the character was created
black
to not be a bigoted person. It's like to black people as well. It is also disrespectful to black people.
I feel like I just differentiated and then you just kind of like completely shat on that idea.
I would just be confused. I'd be like, bro, I would laugh. First and foremost, I'd laugh my ass off. I'm like, damn, bro.
If you would
he
laugh,
even says words better than other people. He's
that's
better
exactly
at saying
what I'm
the N-word.
saying. Is that if you would laugh, then it's clearly not. There's a difference between like when you are disrespected.
No, I'm not the person to find that for, because I love those things, but I also love absurdist racist comedy. So I'm not the guy to be like, hey, you know, like that's not funny, and I'll cry about it. Because like think like my grandma is like practically losing her life right now, and if someone made a really funny edit of my grandma losing her life that was truly funny, truly actually hilarious, I would probably crack a laugh at it. I would cry, but I'd also crack a laugh at it, because I think funny things beat everything else. It's like, if it's funny, you know?
Yeah.
But like there are some people that are like, they stand by things that bother them so much that they're like,
yeah, and they suck dick.
No, that's never a joke. That's never a joke.
I think they suck dick. I think they just metaphorically they suck the biggest cocks, because like what is the like life, dude, life is about fucking joy and laughter. Like that is universal in fucking humans. And if they don't get that, if there are some things that they feel like that are off fucking limits, that like they're so off limits, I feel like they have to rope themselves off of so much of humanity, because so much of humanity it thrives off of dark humor to get them through the hardest times. And if people don't fucking understand it, they pretend to act like they don't understand that. Like, fuck those people. I always say, do yourself a favor and isolate yourself than trying to police everybody else. It's as simple as that. If there's something I don't like personally, and I'm like, I really can't fucking take this, I am not going to lash out at all y'all. I'm going to fucking remove myself from the situation.
I'm lashing out at everybody.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
site.
I know, right?
Physically, emotionally, verbally, I'm lashing out at everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just
and then that
like
cop will shoot you. That cop will shoot you.
Yeah, exactly. But at least I had one good lash out. I had one good lash out though.
Wow, it's like in this. We were talking about racist Wolverine has come up a couple of times in our podcast. And I feel like, because in the same way, there's probably a lot of people that love Wolverine that are like, how fucking dare you? He would never, because obviously the character Wolverine, of course he would never be fucking racist, but that's what makes it so much better.
I don't know, man. I think you could argue a point. I think you could argue a point.
I just think I think he
doesn't like black people, and he fetishizes Japanese people, bro. And there's probably comics to prove my point.
Guys, did you
give my point some proof?
Did you see? So I rewatched the X-Men animated series. Did you see when they introduced Yoriko? Bro, she is fucking yellow as a crayon. It's fucking insane.
Why would she not be, though?
I don't remember. Yeah, of course. It's.
I don't even know who that fucking character is at all. That doesn't even sound like a real person.
That was Wolverine's ex-wife, right?
Well, Lady Deathstrike.
Oh, Deathstrike. No, never mind. I was wrong.
But like, before she's Deathstrike, it's Yoriko.
Okay.
Was
that his ex-wife? Wasn't it his ex-wife, or no? That's not his ex-wife, right?
Did they get married?
That's not Dakin's mom, right? Dakin's mom is someone else.
I don't know. I'm not gonna on the fly. This is not gonna be good for me to try to think about that.
Someone's gonna be like, "You dumb black! You didn't know that, Derek?
Bro,
you didn't know that,
dude." Every time, so like, I just did. I was just looking at the. I was reading some of the old March thread, right, for the questions. And some of the things, like, I love it, and I know it's in the comment sections a lot too. It's just the people that can't help themselves, and they get upset. That's those people, the ones that get upset when like we say some wrong shit, because obviously we're gonna say wrong stuff all the time. We're doing this shit on the fly, and then the people they're fucking upset though. It's not like hey, quick correction here. And it's like, oh, good to know, thanks. It's like, you fucking imbeciles. And I'm like, and not even in a joking way. And I'm like, yo, calm down, man. I'm sorry. Like I feel like we do a live show and this motherfucker's gonna pull out a 9. He'd be like, you son of, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. And then bam, they kill, even though I'm the one that said something wrong, they shoot Chris. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
I would never be that lucky.
You wouldn't die. You would just be frighteningly disabled afterwards.
That's very true.
But you have all your mental faculties. You just wouldn't be able to translate anything through your body or words.
It would probably pass right through his cheek and ricochet. It would kill someone that you really like.
Would be like profoundly. It would be. Yeah, it would like ricochet.
Like, who is someone that you really care about that might be at the show?
It would like ricochet off of outside of the building and then like kill Weird Al somehow, and like like just
he just happened.
It would do nothing,
and ruin Lady Gaga's vocal cords. It would be
whatever.
Dude, this is my fault. I didn't just get hit by the bullet. I'm like, damn, dude, you're fucking up, Chris.
I like Lady Gaga.
Just walk away.
I like her big ass nose. I think like I've always wanted to put my penis in like a large nose, and I feel like hers is just large enough to where I can like, start stuffing it in there, and then you just. I think we've talked about that. You put your penis in someone's nose, you start growing.
You get torqued when you're already inside.
Yeah,
you get torqued up.
That she's the prime candidate for that, man.
Let's get. We gotta blitz. We gotta blitz these questions.
Okay, fair enough.
We gotta blitz these questions, right? That's what the whole.
I think it's worth trying at least once.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we should do it. All right, Danny Dick Feet O. All right. Hello, funny podcast host. Quick question: why don't Patreon uploads? Well, wait. Why don't Patreon uploads get video or thumbnails? That's all. Just a genuine point of curiosity. I don't remember when I was uploading them, I don't know if I remember doing thumbnails for the Patreon upload. I don't remember if I did that.
But the reason why there's no video upload, the beginning for everything.
The reason why we don't do the video on Patreon is because we don't generally speaking, I don't like a video link going up privately and then like arbitrarily becoming public at some point. It just kind of fucks with the channel in a way that I really don't like. So I'd rather just kind of have once the video is out, it's out for everybody who would want to see it. And that might as well just be the free feeds. And that's why that's set up. As far as like thumbnails, I honestly think it's just kind of like a Patreon thing where like did I used to upload the thumbnails on Patreon? I can't remember.
Yeah, there used to be thumbnails on Patreon.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I mean, that'd be an easy look, but I don't remember that being the case. But
yeah,
I don't
know.
Because I mean, first of all, the idea of the whole idea of the thumbnails is essentially for like the free feeds, which is like the masses. Yeah, because the patrons already it's kind of like, say, even with the patron exclusive audio feed for like the $1 tier, that doesn't have the intro. You've been here for a long time. You like say it's just one of those things where it's like, if you want it, I could throw it on there. But I'm just thinking of it more in the way that I consumed patron stuff for a very long time, where it's a little bit more bare bones because you're here for the meat and potatoes and not the little extra bells and whistles on top. That's for like other extra eyes, that get like other people try to get interested in the show, stuff like that. So it's more just been like for that, where, if I'm paying for a product, I'm going to consume it. Like I'm going to consume it, whether there's a thumbnail on it or not, or some shit like that. So it's kind of been in that line of thinking. But if there was like a handful of niggas being like, oh, like what the fuck, and then I'd just be like, okay, fine. Like I'll fucking, it's really not like it's just me adding the stuff this time instead of doing it next time. It's really not a problem.
Yeah.
But thank you for the question though.
Yeah. What is this? Jesus Christ. Try Finger Butthole wrote it. He says, Sweeney and Derek, what are your thoughts on the new Good Times trailer? The fuck is that?
I'm sorry,
Good
what?
Times.
They're making a new Good Times show?
They're bringing it back? Hanging in a chow line.
Living in a good time.
Sucking on my penis. Good times. Getting shot by police.
I love Good Times, man.
Oh, it's the Seth MacFarlane one, right?
It is an animated good. I'm not okay with this.
It's an animated Good Times with Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, it's Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, that's right.
So here's the thing. Who the flying fuck asked for this? Like, no, seriously. It is, I mean this, and I mean this, no hyperbole. In the entire world, do you think there was one person that was like, man, I wish there was a modern day animated Good Times on Netflix?
This feels wildly racist.
No, like for real though.
This feels like something a white man pitched and black people had to say yes to. They needed their jobs. They were like, yeah, I guess, boss.
Look at the top comment that I have on here. It says, "Dear black celebs, it's okay to turn down certain work, especially if your dignity and integrity at stake. This ain't it. Animators, how many negative stereotypes do you want in this show?" And then the producers just say yes. Like, so fucking all of them. Yeah, so pretty much people are not feeling this as I'm looking at the comment section. Again, like I said, who the fuck asked for this? You know what I would have expected before this?
The original Good Times, it had its problems in the display of black people, but that's because of the time.
Brother, nobody asked for this though. Like, no one asked for it.
This is bad.
What if they brought back fucking the Jeffersons? Did anybody? No one would ask for that either. It's just like, it doesn't matter. Like, nobody fucking, when they
people that want that show aren't here no more.
They're not. They're not here.
Yeah,
no one cares. It's like when they did that live. Right now. It's like when they did that dramatic Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot. It's like, why?
I was just about to say that.
Do this.
I didn't fucking want that.
It's a waste of time.
That was my favorite sitcom. I was like, I mean, bro, somebody was just talking about revisiting Independence Day 2 that we did, and I think about that shit every once in a while. I think about, fucking Uncle Phil and all that shit. There's a I'm not gonna okay anyway, but yeah, I was just, as much as I love that show, even if the old cast returned, I'd be like, no. I mean, obviously James Avery, his return would be pretty awkward. It would be very awkward if he returned, but
if he returned, he wasn't like somebody he's back. No, it's crazy. Will Smith is older than James Avery was during the show now.
Isn't that
wild?
It's crazy that, like...
That's crazy. Time moves.
Time moves, and the thing that I don't like... Now, to be fair, he pulls it off well, unlike, say, an Eminem or something, where when he dyes his hair and stuff, he looks pretty good. I'm looking at some of the older heads that are in the game that are just doing things right now. You look at Eminem's dyed beard, he looks fucking weird. But like
Eminem's dyed beard Eminem with facial hair in general looks real. Eminem with dark hair looks dumb.
To be honest,
Eminem with facial hair looks really dumb.
He needs to go Super Saiyan again. I think his music would be better if he went Super Saiyan. I truly believe that.
Wouldn't. I think Eminem's past his shelf date.
No,
I think
of course.
I think
like if he tapped into Slim Shady,
is a human.
Yeah, he's not Slim Shady. He retired Slim Shady so long ago. I feel like the Slim Shady. I was just actually so I used the song "Bitch Please" too in my story recently. Because somebody did. Have you seen? Because Trump's in court right now, right? He's doing some stuff.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And he's about to do the debates thing. Have you heard about all the fucking stupid debates? They're like, "Hey, Biden, don't debate Trump," and it's like, no, debate him so he can't come because he has a court date. Make it on one of his court dates so he can't make it.
Yeah. So it's all that shit's going on, and I used one of those songs, one of the Eminem songs from the Marshall Mathers LP. So I stayed and listened to a little bit more songs from there, and I'm just like, it's so. The shit that it's like listening to this podcast, that fucking that album, like the type of shit that he would say on there, and I'm like, damn, I wish, but I get it. After a while, some people just I'll never grow out of my immaturity thing, but a lot of people do. There's a lot of people that do, and you just kind of have to accept it. It's pretty whack in my opinion, but what are you gonna do?
There's definitely things I don't find funny anymore that I used to find funny.
I don't know.
Definitely like 100% for me. Definitely.
I'm sure I can find an example of that, but off the top of my head.
That's really just people. That's really a lot of people ruining things for you, though. I feel like I don't think it's necessarily.
Not really. I used to be able to laugh like I used to be able to laugh at disabled people. That used to make me fucking laugh. Like I used to be like, it's funny.
I still laugh.
But then I grew a soul, and I was like, yo, this is not funny at all. I'm a dick.
I still laugh at it like a good disabled joke for sure. I actually look at bro. There's a when I'm watching a Discovery Plus,
I miss it.
I watch the Discovery Plus. I'll watch that 90 Day Fiance with my wife, and there will be this like guy that's running for something in Nevada, and it's like I shouldn't be laughing, but this he looks like Walton Goggins in fucking Fallout, like he's the bird victim. I can't fucking. It's so not like right to laugh, but it's just unfortunate timing that this show shows up, and then there's this dude campaigning, and I'm like, oh no.
I can laugh at it when it's not if it's not proven yet,
What do you mean?
Elon, I can laugh at Elon all day. I don't Elon all day because it's not like we know, but like we don't know, you know? Like no one said exactly what it is. But the moment I'm like, ah, damn, someone's really going through that.
I don't get
and
it.
I'm laughing at this.
I don't even know what you're saying.
He's trying to say if once you're properly medically diagnosed with something, then he thinks it's not funny. For some reason, it
gets less funny. It gets less funny to me, dude.
I don't know,
man.
I don't care if they told me, Elon Musk has ultra autism and Downs. I would still fucking overhand right to the fucking jaw. I don't give a fuck.
That's correct.
I don't give a fuck, dude. Did you see him posing for that fucking... when he was posing, doing all those stupid, dorky poses?
He looked like Crash Bandicoot. You reminded me of Crash Bandicoot.
I wanted to beat the fuck... Like, I wanted to learn capoeira and, like, kick him as hard as I can with as much force. You know, like, just crack his skull like that. I kicked him so hard. My fucking heel shatters. Because I was just like... It was so fucking just nerdy. It's so, like, in a way that I'm like, this guy, I can't, this is too much. That's too much, man. There's
too much.
Like, just pose like a fucking regular person. What he's like going, ah, ah. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know. I just feel like some people like that just need to be, you know, taken out back a little bit, and then they'll kind of straighten out. You know?
Yo.
They're a little wrinkly, and they just need to be straightened out a little bit. That's all.
Yo.
Like, imagine how much better would Twitter/X be if, you know, this dude was kind of taken out back a little bit behind the shed, kind of straightened out a little bit. You'd probably run a lot smoother. Like, oh, you're right. I probably should stop letting a bunch of neo-Nazis come back and be unsuspended. That's probably a good idea. Sorry about that.
Must be just important.
Sorry about that, Derek. You know, I know your account's still suspended, and all you did was just make a stupid joke at Trump's expense, but. You know, I value neo-Nazis much more than you. And I'm like, you know.
I mean, clearly he does. They defend him, bro.
Should we blitz through some more of these?
Of course.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time.
Come, dousing come, served and come, as I want you to come, wrote in. He says, hello, slurs. What's your dream car? I know Chris will just say a new Toyota Camry. So this is mainly for Sween and Derek. I wouldn't get a Camry.
A dream car, a Toyota Camry? That'd be fucking sad as shit.
I don't have a dream car. There's no such thing as a dream car to me because cars are a nightmare to me. Like I think the fact that cars exist by themselves is in and of itself a nightmare scenario. So like I don't have a dream car. The dreamiest car that I could have is the car that I have to put up with the least. That's my dream car. Is the car that I have to work on the least, the car that falls apart the least. I could give a fuck less like what it looks like. I never understand people who buy these like really expensive cars and then drive them out places because that just makes you a fucking target to me. Like, because I sincerely, like, when I see a nice car, I don't do it, but I think about just dragging my keys across it. Like, I think about it every single time. Oof. Every single time I think about it. I don't do it, but like, why the fuck? Because I just think like the audacity of like driving something that ostentatious out in the public square when people are like, they can't own homes.
Imagine
like,
being that much of a hater. Imagine having that much of a hater's blood.
It's respectable hater energy.
That's
like,
crazy.
It's so on a high level of hater energy. I respect that. Like, because if I saw like a Bentley, right, I would be annoyed. I wouldn't want to key it or anything like that, but it is fucking annoying to see some dumbass with like a house on wheels. Where it's like, oh, you that's like somebody could live in a house and be super grateful, and I'm just gonna have a dumb fucking car. Like, yeah, that does annoy me, but I'd rather I think I'm more cynical. Instead of like keying the motherfuckers, I almost feel like dragging them out of the car and beating them would be more satisfactory. You know what I mean? Like, just I feel like I don't really care about the object itself, but the person that's driving it. That if someone's driving a car like super expensive over $100K, you know they're just a fucking dickhead. Like, there's no way around it. I would say with 100% certainty.
You know, I was watching this video recently of
unless somebody gives me a $100K car, I'll gladly accept it.
There's this video of a cat eating a mouse that I saw, you know, and the cat was like, every time it was biting the mouse, you could hear it crunching on the mouse's bones, and the cat was happy doing it. I would want to do that to those people.
Just like
I'd want to just consume them. Just consume them. Because I feel like that is the most ultimate fear. I feel like fighting somebody's one thing. Yeah. But once they start opening their mouth and it gets a little too big, and they're trying to bite you, it's like, oh, it's a different thing. And I want to do that to them. I want them to be terrified while I'm eating them.
But do you have a dream car?
It's pretty wild.
Oh yeah, that
yeah.
I don't know, like a wheelchair with like rockets on the back.
Right. Yeah. Or like Frieza's chair. You know what I mean? Like it's never like my dream car is like
Mobius's or fucking Thanos' floating chair.
I'm right, sorry, yeah, like my dream car is the Saiyan ship that Goku crashes in.
The pod.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah, pod. Like,
I like those things, but I really do like an unsecured regular fucking wheelchair with rockets on them. To where you can't even fucking steer it or nothing. That's amazing.
You are in so much danger. It's crazy.
I mean, thinking about the physics of rockets strapped to a wheelchair, it probably wouldn't even like. I don't even know if it would go. I don't even know if it would move at all. I feel like it would just explode and just fall apart. Like it's like you.
You got to put wings on it if you want it to ascend. Like that's it. Other than that,
that's the rules.
I'm just going off a ramp. It's always going off a ramp. So I'll just be like, "Take me." And it would just go off the ramp and I'll go up. Just go wherever I need to go into the sky.
I love that idea.
And then I blow up. It always explodes.
I used to really like muscle cars, like a GTO Judge, like a 69 or something. But realistically, I don't think I would ever, unless I made a ton of money, I would never get anything that just drank gas like in that way. Again, but I do just want a bigger. I used to have a lifted Tahoe. I bought it from my brother-in-law, which I liked having big things because there's so many dangerous pieces of shit on the road that I do want a bigger car just to protect myself better. And like I'm in the tiniest fucking car right now. I'm in a Fiesta, and like that shit, you're fucked. Anything hits you, you're done, dude.
Yeah, I remember me and my dad used to, like, when we would drive every summer, we would pick some random day in the middle of June and we would drive down the highway and just like throw hundreds of forks onto the middle of the road. And it was a nice bonding experience. Yeah, so we would just sit and we would plop out lawn chairs and we would just like sit and watch people swerve off the road and off the bridge.
Like,
and
look at son, we gotta
really
disrupt the Viet Cong's fucking they're offensive.
Yeah.
We gotta get
that's what it is.
we gotta get the
I didn't know what he was talking about when he said
Dad, we're not in Vietnam. Shut the fuck up.
I was too young to know what Vietnam was. I just thought
it's true. I
thought the Viet Cong was slang for other drivers.
That's the
Dad, Viet Cong.
Viet Cong, yeah.
All right, Gears X Warrior wrote in. He says, not really a question, but it would be cool if you were my mouthpiece. Attention, everyone.
Wow.
I want to host a Gears 3 Horde session, and I want volunteers. All who have it, message me on the Discord. Chris, Sween, Derek, you can join if you want, if you're feeling it or not busy. I don't like Gears of War 3 Horde, but I wish you well. I wish you a good time.
I don't have,
and I shouldn't say I don't like it. I just like it. I like it significantly less than Gears 2. And it's actually why I don't like that new. There's like a Horde mode adjacent thing in Destiny that I was looking into, and I was like, this is just Gears 3 Horde, and I don't. This isn't. No, this is not working.
It's more tower defense than Horde.
Yeah, I hate tower defense. Like, it's not,
they added some extra shit to it that makes it a little towery. Yeah, that's right.
Did you guys play Beast though?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Was it Beast?
Yeah,
right?
that was when you played. That was when you played as the enemies, right? Yeah,
you just get the Berserker and just bug the fuck out. I would love playing as the Berserker.
Just making people explode by touching them.
They're so twitchy and angry. They just fucking lash out and run at people, and I love it.
I just love that you like explode. Like, you're not running that fast for people to explode. It's so funny.
Yeah, you ran pretty reasonably slowly, actually. Like, I feel like the Berserker probably runs maybe like 13 miles an hour.
Maybe something like that.
Like it's like a reasonable, and then like people just pop when the second they make contact with him.
That's so funny. I always love that shit.
Like he has like an atomic
back
needle.
And forth always before they run. They do the left and right, and then they run forward every time.
Yeah.
God, I miss those games.
Yeah, I don't. Again, I will do that. I would play if it's available on Steam. When it becomes available on Steam, I'll do it.
It's probably never gonna happen, Blood.
I don't know.
If it ain't happened yet, it's probably never gonna happen, Blood.
That's true.
Yeah, probably. Bruce, although I've been hearing rumblings of a Gears announcement this summer. I don't know what it is, but I would assume. I mean, people have been asking for that collection for a long time, so I assume that's probably going to be a lead-up plan at least. But we'll see. Bruce the genetic jackhammer Rando wrote, and he says, I just need to interject. Derek and Sweeney were glazing Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones on a recent episode. Chris, I want you to know that he raped his sister in front of their dead son at his funeral in a church. Even after that, he was still a fan favorite.
He did not rape her. Fucking
retard. Hold on.
Read context.
Pause. See, this is what annoys me with people when they just can't listen. Like, they know what, and what I mean by that, he says, oh, he's glazing them. As if we said in this, Jaime Lannister is a good person. He's a great character. He's a complicated character.
That's not true. I have the transcript right here where it says.
Please read it.
It says
transcript
Derek,
is made by a person.
Hold on, go.
Who's stupid.
Hold on. Shut up.
Go ahead.
You're stepping over me. Listen, this says. This is from your perspective. It says Derek Blackman, parentheses or colon quotations. Jaime Lannister, man, I would vote that person for president if I could. Golly gee gosh dang it. I'm so horny, period. So I don't know what to say about that, but like that's pretty.
Well, there's new evidence, Derek. I don't know how I feel about you, Derek. With this new revealed evidence,
you know
clearly,
what? Dude? I take back everything I take back everything I just said about that dude, man. I apologize. You're right. I did glaze him. I was very horny. Even hearing it back, that actually kind of gave me a fucking chub. So yeah, but no. For dude, look at man. I want people. I need you. I need you to exercise your critical thinking skills. I need you to read shit back. If something sounds really fucking extreme to you, if something sounds really fucking extreme to you, read it back a couple of times just to make sure you fully understand the fucking thing. It's like when people. Sometimes when you'll give an example of something, people a lot of times, if it's not a one-to-one comparison, they immediately will throw it out and be like, you're comparing X to fucking Y? And it's like, no, bitch, I'm giving you an example.
I hate that too.
And
I hate that.
It fucking drives me nuts.
I hate the whole like, oh, it's like, well, you're comparing apples to oranges. Why? First of all, why is that a problem? It's I feel like it's entirely reasonable to be like, oh well, what about these fruits? It's like, well, these are apples, and these are this way, and oranges are this way, and that's that way. Why is that a bad thing?
Because people are stupid, right? And well, the thing is that Chris was stupid. People think you're comparing an apple to an orange because you want. They're trying to compare apples to oranges. You're trying to compare an apple to an orange, but you're comparing the apple or orange as the other fruit. So it's like, this is definitely not just like, yeah, I know it's not that. I'm comparing what they have in common. Right. Not clearly
like contextually.
The fact that this is an orange, not an apple.
I've always hated that
I'm
saying.
comparing.
Can
I give you an example?
People are stupid.
Do you guys remember when that whole Vosh thing happened? So somebody DM'd me and I was like, I want to hear this person now. I want to actually have a conversation with them and see why they're defending this gentleman. And I just gave an example of something, and it obviously clearly was not a one-to-one comparison, but the motherfucker still called that shit out, where I was just saying, hey, if somebody says something and does something different, you should believe the actions and not what they say. So, and then I just said something that happened recently. So I just said the fucking, the IDF so I was just talking about, like, say, Israel and what they were doing. I was just like, hey, if Israel says one thing and then they're doing a different thing, you should believe what they're doing. And then this fucking dummy was like, are you saying Vosh is like fucking, and I was like Israel? And I'm like, bro, I just gave you the first example that popped in my head of, like, here's some relative thing of believe the actions over the fucking words. And then were like, and since it's not a direct 1v1, like, say, if I would have used a fucking content creator that was in a similar thing, that's the only time an example can be. And it pissed me off so much that people do this all the fucking time. And they miss
it. It's kind of like when you use like, do you remember? I remember there was this big thing where it's like, well, like Godwin's law. Do you remember that, where like everything will be compared to like I think it was like everything will be compared to like the Nazis or whatever? And that's not it's not right. It's different from like it's different from calling everybody Nazis, but it's more about like Hitler will inevitably be brought up in a comparison state and it's like too extreme. The idea is that it's a flaw of argumentation to bring up something extreme. But I mean, like, I feel like it's a reason. Like, everybody understands the Nazis. Like, everybody like knows what that is. It's like a really good extreme baseline for everybody to understand with a very, very minimal setup. So that's always struck me too, as like what is the problem with that really? Like, I don't know.
Well, a lot
of fallacies are strange to me.
If someone explains something to you, you gotta be like, hey, if you're gonna make an analogy, I think you gotta be like, hey, keep focused on what I'm saying, all right? I know you might get confused because you're not bright, but understand the words I'm saying and keep focused. I'm not saying they're exactly like one another, but I'm saying in an instance, these two things are similar in this instance.
Yeah, and here's an example.
To be fair,
of
everybody does
that
that.
Is similar.
Like, you do that too. You did that too, Sweeney. Like, I brought up Chris, comparisons to things, and you've been like, that's not the same at all. And it's like, yeah, they're not the same.
Chris, you've also lawyered arguments and said shit that have made me fall asleep immediately. Like, you've also said things that I'm like, I cannot believe you just said that.
That's not impressive. And you fall asleep in the middle of dinner. That's not, like, impressive. Like, anything makes you fall asleep. What, you fallen asleep in the middle of the show like a million times.
I understand. But the fact that you made me do it instantly, there was no lead up to it. You were like, you said something, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. I'm just going to go to bed now. That's it. And I just unplugged. Yeah. I went inside my little mental human cave, and I was like, all right, and unplugged consciousness and went to sleep.
Like, okay, so going back to what this fucking dude said about glazing Jaime Lannister, it's like, again, it's like, I want people like that to just like, please do a little bit better, please, sir, because you don't like him.
Don't do better.
That's fine. That doesn't mean
You're not
that he's
supposed to
not
like him.
That doesn't mean that he's not a good fucking character. And I don't mean good as virtuous, you dummy. I mean as a fucking character that is written well. Like, that's where I feel like maybe is that where this dude got confused? Where it's like
think of it like this, right?
Proof's in the pudding.
Right?
Oh, right. In the transcript. Right. I immediately forgot. Sorry. I forgot.
I hate Walter White. I hate Walter White a lot. I hate Walter White the way the world hates Skylar White. I hate that nigga, dog. I really don't like Walter White, right? He's a fantastic character. He's an amazing written character. I hate him. He sucks a lot.
Jesse.
I don't think I've ever...
Jaime Lannister.
I actually don't think...
Jaime Lannister. Jaime.
We gotta cook, man.
I don't know if I've ever hated a fictional character.
Really? I never hated a fictional character before.
Yeah, like I say I do, but like I don't really... Like, I don't like Chadley in fucking Final Fantasy VII in Remake or Rebirth or anything, but like I don't know. Like,
he's condescending. He's a little condescending asshole sometimes, dude.
Please go out there and fetch me some materia, you stupid Hispanic, so that I can work on making the combat simulator as good as it can be. Off to Goon. Yeah. Bye. Such a piece of shit.
He's so clearly on the spectrum. It bothers me, but
yeah. But yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So whatever.
You never hit a fictional character? Really? You never hit a fictional character? That's crazy. Because some of them are built for you to hate. Like, actually, that's the point of the character.
Yeah, I guess it's... Sure. I understand. Like, there are characters that I've said that I... Like, oh man, I hate that character. But like, is that possible, really? Like, can you hate a fictional character? Truly,
you can 100%.
Well, yeah. I mean, while you're watching it, do you get upset while you're watching them, act while they're performing? Like, does it upset you? Because, like, I've definitely,
because I think I'm just having fun.
Invoke disdain towards you.
See, like,
that's the point of some characters.
Well, right. But disdain is not. I guess I treat certain words with like a level of weight that maybe I shouldn't. I guess, but like hate means a lot to me. So like I can't imagine hating somebody who I don't know personally. Like even like a really evil person who objectively exists. It's really difficult for me to like conjure up a level of like disdain that equates to hatred because like this person has no impact on me at all.
I fucking
like why the fuck would I give a shit?
I hate so many of our fucking representatives in Congress, and I've never met them. Like fucking, I could disagree.
Yeah, I mean, I wish
with
nothing well on them.
There's a lot of people's faces I bash in easily.
I'm not like I don't really hate
ruining the world.
I don't hate in the sense that like because hatred means that if I'm given the tools, I will try to obstruct and harm them. For me, right? Like hate. And in the context of where I'm interacting with the people that are fictional, I hate them enough to take action in the world I am in to harm him. Like, I hate.
What are the most hated characters? Like, would you say? What do you mean, Raphael? Like the turtle
from Baldur's Gate 3? I hate that nigga. I tried to kill him. I tried to fight him every time I could.
Well, I couldn't. Unfortunate that you can't. It is unfortunate that you can't.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
I didn't hate him that much.
Wait a minute.
I think it sucks.
No way you just said Raphael on a first name basis and just assumed that it would like default to Baldur's Gate.
Well, yeah, I said I hate Raphael, and then I clarified
that's like saying,
from Baldur's Gate.
But that's like saying like right, but like
that would be Derek like played Baldur's Gate, so Derek knows what I'm talking about.
Right, but even my first thought was not Baldur's Gate either.
Raphael, I'm not talking about Raphael the Turtle. Like, oh no, I don't hate Raphael the Turtle.
My first thought was not Raphael from Baldur's Gate. It wasn't my first thought. If I had a little more time to think, then maybe it would have been like, oh, he must be talking about.
I continue to elaborate. I wasn't going to say Raphael and then stop. Like, I continue to elaborate that it's from Baldur's Gate.
Well, that's because I asked like if it was the turtle you were talking about. Then you said no for Baldur's Gate.
Like, no.
That would be like, man, I really hate that. I really hate Chris. And it's like, who? What? Rock.
Hanson.
Chris Rock. Yeah. So many. Yeah. You can, yeah. Yeah, man. I would say since we were talking about Game of Thrones, I think Joffrey is probably on people's high, like one
most hated. Yeah.
Top 3 for sure. Top 3. He did his job so fucking well that like he was like every time he was on screen, you're like, this fucking kid. I never want to hit kids like literally. And then I sometimes forget, oh, this motherfucker's an actor. Like, so I was like, he did well enough to where I'm like, the fucking actor, I somehow like him a little less, even though he's just acting. And that actually happened to him in real life.
Most hated character. I think he's the most hated character on television of all time.
For sure. I mean,
he's probably the number one.
I would agree with that, but I'm also not thinking about other people right now. So that's why I just said safe top 3. But probably, as of right now, I can't think of anybody more despised. There might be some more, but like Dr. Claw.
It's him and Skylar, I think. It's him and Skylar White.
Skylar is so undeserved.
And one that shouldn't be there.
That's so fucking undeserved, man. Like watching,
people hate Skylar so much.
Look, I get it. They're rooting for the bad guy, and they hate that she's fucking not the Bonnie and Clyde. You know, like she's not down for the fucking ride and the way. They're so upset about that. They're so fucking mad.
You're not validating Walter's terrible behaviors. I hate it. It's like I'm his wife. Duh.
See, I think for me, yeah, because when I first watched Breaking Bad, I didn't like Skylar either. I didn't hate her, but like I didn't like her specifically because like she was just boring to watch, and that's kind of like what I really don't like. If I hate a character in fiction, that's really what it means for me. It's like if you're so boring that like you're like I would much rather watch Walter White or fucking Jesse Pinkman or like any of these other, even fucking Walt Jr. is doing more interesting shit just by virtue of him walking around all fucking weird. Like Skylar is just some lady who's just like kind of annoying, kind of sorta. And it's just like, it's not really that interesting to me. And so for that reason, I remember every time she was on screen wanting to skip. The first time I saw it. Second time, it gets better. And I'm just like, oh, this is a good character. But like, or like Quan in fucking the Halo show, where you're just like, oh my God, this is so boring. I can't believe how boring
I totally
this
agree
is.
with you with that. I agree with you that where I'm like, this show would be much better if they weren't in the show at all. Like, yeah.
Right. But like Frieza or somebody like who's just a fucking dickhead. No, I love that. Like I like
Frieza because Frieza's funny, at least, you know. Frieza's assholery is funny, you know. But like there are characters that are just like evil. There's like this person. Like I hate the Joker. I've never liked the Joker very much. But that's because I like Hero so much. I've never liked the Joker. I've never been a fan of him.
I think the best villain that has been portrayed in like live action shit was Kingpin. Kingpin recently in the Daredevils, and that's a great example of someone who's obviously a terrible human being, but they're a fan-fucking-tastic character, and I feel like, you know, the person that asked the question needs to kind of understand that I'm like, you can think this person's amazing as a character and not think that they're fucking virtuous and should be saying praises of it. It's like Jamie has done a lot of insanely horrible things, but he's an extremely complex character and a fan favorite because of how complicated he is, and the actor is good. Really, that kind of helps a lot. You know, that whatever the fuck that guy's name
helps
is.
A lot.
I don't know any of their names. I know like Kit Harington, and that's it.
Yeah, the fact
casting
that
is so important.
That character is a very well written character and then 2, the guy that played him amazingly.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's really, really good combination of the 2.
100%.
So I feel
about. He said he raped her. He didn't rape her. They fuck. He didn't rape her there. They fuck on Joffrey's body, which is crazy, insane. He definitely is a little forceful at the beginning, but they definitely do just fuck. That happens.
It's forceful in the beginning? What do you mean? What does that mean?
It's iffy. It's fucking iffy.
They're having an argument the whole time in the beginning, then they fuck each other.
Well, she's mourning. She's mourning her fucking son's death, and this motherfucker, it's just...
and the nigga comes in, he's like, you never liked the nigga, and she's like...
No matter which way you look at, I'm not even, my approach is, no matter which way you spin it, it's gross, no matter what.
It's not good. Don't get me wrong, it's not heroic. It's not a sanctifying thing, you know?
Yeah, like he's fucking, I'm sure there's a lot of bad guys that have raped a lot of women and stuff, and a lot of, I'm sure the Joker has done some raping too, and there's probably this guy who could be, I don't know the guy, but the guy that wrote in, he probably appreciates, because most people appreciate Joker as a villain, so and the Joker has absolutely raped. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for example.
I feel like he hasn't. I think that's what makes me angry. They won't even let him be fully bad.
No, he has.
They let him joke around about it. Like, I didn't do it really.
Absolutely raped. 100%.
It's hinted. It's never proven.
He's definitely assaulted.
Well, yeah, but you're thinking of Barber, right?
He's definitely
No, he definitely raped Commissioner Gordon, I think, actually. That's why he had him naked, tied up. I think he actually did.
All right.
I think he actually, him and his boys fucked Gordon.
Hell yeah, dude. I believe that's canon.
I think he did. No, I'm not kidding. I think that's part of the comic.
That's fucking canon, bro. I believe you.
Yeah, whatever. It's canon. I like big cock, big butt, homo, I love penis, gay Mario Judah. Oh, I get it, yeah. Hello, Astarion, Lazelle, and Gale, Chris, Derek, and Sween. This is a question for Chris mostly. I know you've said you're done caring about the Halo IP, but is there anything they could announce that you'd be excited for when it comes to spin-offs? Personally, a COD zombie style game with the Flood would make me cream my marks. Look, I don't care about it really anymore. Like, if they make a new one, I'll be curious about it, and I'll probably check it out, specifically because my job is to play video games. It would be dumb of me not to. But, like, as far as, like, being invested in, like, what the future of a franchise is, like, no, I could give a fuck less what they do. Like, they could do literally whatever they want at this point, because they've squandered it so deeply that I can't even begin to... Like, if you don't care about it as the people who own it, why should I? It's kind of how I feel about it.
You wouldn't care at all, really?
What if the Joker crossed over in that universe and raped Master Chief?
Well, that would just be disrespectful.
The Mjolnir armor.
That would be so disrespectful to Master Chief's character.
To Master Chief.
through the armor, through the shield. His dick is so hard it goes through the shield. It starts beeping and it breaks. And he's like, I'm almost got you. And he starts pushing it through the armor, bending the armor in.
You see it fucking through it. You know when you see like metal start to like, or like plastic where it starts to turn white. You see like when it's almost broken through. That's crazy, man.
And then he's giggling his ass off while he's fucking him, and he's laughing his head off.
And fucking he's screaming like he's being tortured, like he's being branded by shit. He's screaming.
It sounds hog-like at moments. It sounds pig-like.
but it's like muffled. It's like muffled.
Oh, it's muffled because bro,
crazy.
How do you think the world would react to something like that? Do you think that might change? Whatever. Like, you're just so jaded. You're like, whatever. Like you see the scene of it happening. You're
truthfully.
Just like. You're just like, whatever.
It would definitely alter quite a few humans' paths.
He already fucked a prisoner of war in a live-action TV show. Why shouldn't they?
True.
Like, they might as well just do something. At the very least, if they disrespect the source material, they might as well do it in a fucking way that's so outrageously hilarious that I couldn't believe that they would do it. Bro, I would almost get more value and enjoyment out of something like that. Like, if they had like a Halo Season 3 and it starts with like Master Chief saving the world by shoving the entire Halo ring up his urethra, I would almost be like, that is so out of pocket, I'm smiling. Like, I would smile at that. I'd be like, it is a step up from for the series. I can't believe they're doing this. Wild. 10 out of 10. This is so crazy. And like fucking Uncle Phil is there. Like, why not? Like, who fucking cares?
Bro, you're so right about that. Actually, I was thinking about look at I'm not gonna get into it because it's like probably a conversation for another day. But I wasn't enjoying Fallout as much as like a lot of people were, and it kind of made me think about that scene with Michonne and the governor when I've criticized this multiple times, where like she could have killed him, and then she just decides to choke him with the sword and sheath. Mm-hmm. And it's just like it was one of those things, and I feel like there was like a lot of moments in that series. I haven't finished it yet, but a lot of that kind of writing that does similar things. And I was thinking about that scene of the Michonne and the governor. That kind of, I was like, the trajectory of the show kind of went in that direction. And what you're saying with the Halo ring being shoved in his urethra, I was thinking literally I would enjoy that scene better if Michonne started shoving the katana up his ass. Like, I was literally thinking about that earlier today. I was like, you know what would have been better? If she tried to fuck him with it. And, like, he's just struggling. You've ever seen, like, those scenes where somebody will catch, like, a knife or a sword and it starts bleeding and shit, and they're trying to stop it from it impaling their face? And I was thinking a scene like that, but he's trying to stop it from going in his ass. And I feel like that would have been so much better than what she actually tried to fucking do. Because it was just that so goddamn insane. Stupid. But that's what I mean. It was so stupid that something so outrageous like that is actually literally better. So if Master Chief actually somehow successfully fits an entire Halo ring in his fucking pee hole, I'd be like, yeah.
I think I have an idea. What is it, Chief? I'm going to open my urethra as wide as humanly possible. Oh.
Huh?
What?
Are you sure about that? Yes, bitch.
Yes.
I'm already doing it. It's too late.
I'm doing it as we speak.
We'll cut.
This is Halo 6.
We'll cut it and bend it. We'll the idea of shoving a ring-like object. That's so crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's what I mean, though. By the way, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if they come out with like a Helldivers type like co-op ODST game, like I'll play it. If they come out with like a flood horror game, sure, I'll play it. It's just like I'm not going to care about like what the implications are going to be or like how that has implications for the future because I'm no longer invested. We had like the first 5 banger games. That's already more than a lot of other franchises get anyway. So like I'm more than happy leaving it there and then just letting them do their own fucking fan fiction and fuck everything up. It's not my problem.
That's true. All right. For me, I don't. When I love something, I love it. You know, unless I truly grow out of it. Like usually, bad things if things don't really make me love it because the things I love beforehand still exist. But that's the nature of me like reading comics my whole life. You know, like you're gonna read a comic, but there's gonna be good runs. There's gonna be shit runs. You know, because things get traded off so often. So like I'm like, all right, you know what? Like I love Star Wars stuff. Dude, there's been so much bad Star Wars media. There's also been a ton of great Star Wars media. You know, so it's like. I'll always be interested, at least enough to check out anything that comes out for things I like. But I will always be, you know, like I have a reality like, all right, this might be terrible, but it's whatever. You know?
I think Darth Vader should come back and get raped by the Joker.
Dang, that'd be crazy. Him like wheezing and shit while he's getting thrusted too. I'm like.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about his breathing.
Plugging him, dog. It's tight.
I can take it.
All right, so here's the next one. Pizza Time's gay son.
I'm the chosen one.
Pizza Time's gay son,
gay
Pepperoni Pizza Osborne. Pizza Time.
Nice.
Pepperoni Pizza Osborne. He writes in, he says, hey,
Pizza Osborne.
That's Pizza Orman Pizza Osborne.
That's it. Pizza Orman Pizza Osborne. That's it.
Oh, fucking goddamn it. He says, hey, dark milk and white chocolate, here's a fun hypothetical for you. If you could choose one game to become an NPC in, as in not the main character or side characters, just an unnamed NPC, which game would be the safest, most dangerous, and most fun? I think most safest would be Stardew Valley. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like obvious. Or like Animal Crossing or something like that where you just can't die. Most dangerous would be Halo or Fallout. I don't know about Halo. Halo's probably pretty safe for the most part.
There's way more dangerous than those games, man.
Fallout, I wouldn't want to be a part of.
Fallout would be pretty
most fun would be Parappa the Rapper. Fallout is weird though. Games, bro. Fallout's weird because like I feel like it would be very, very. Man, I do love the Fallout vibe, but like I would not want to be in that world, at all.
Fuck no.
If you could become
seeing ghouls in the real life world and like they're actually scary, gave me a level of reality that I just didn't have ever. You know, in that universe, I was like, oh,
yeah,
ghouls are stupid. I beat the fuck out of ghouls. I beat a ghoul's ass. You know, now I'm like.
Yeah. Oh, then now you're like, oh, okay, I got you.
Because every time I've interacted with a ghoul, I've interacted as my character, who is already infinitely stronger than probably any person that's walking around on the planet.
Yeah, who can't be torn apart immediately because of it being a video game, or it would be like Dark Souls. I guess it'd be too hard. It'd be too hard.
I love Fallout. I love because I'm playing Fallout New Vegas right now, and it's so funny because they're like small towns, and then you just have people living in peace, and then they're just like. By the way, that schoolhouse is full of ghouls. And they just haven't done anything about it. It's just they just accept that like, yeah, that's the ghoul school. And you can't fucking go in there.
Yeah.
It's
insane. And it's like maybe 2 blocks away.
My last show. Yeah. With the tooth, where somebody gets shot with a tooth, right? And there's a rotting in the show, yeah. If someone shot me with a rotting tooth, I'd be so fucking mad at them. I'm like, you piece of shit.
Yeah. Would you be more mad that it's a tooth, or just like how much more angry would you be that it would be a tooth rather than a bullet?
Because bullets, at least, is like they're worth a little something, you know. So like, man, to kill me, motherfucker had to put some money down. But this motherfucker shot me with a tooth, you know.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't see why that matters. I would. If I could choose to be an NPC in any game world, it would probably be something like Animal Crossing or something, or like just I just want to relax, man. I don't need. Although Animal Crossing is stressful though, because you got that fucking guy threatening to like evict you all the time, don't you? Like, isn't there like a banking kind of system in Animal Crossing?
Only to the main character. You're not gonna go through that shit. He'd like ask you to come over there, but the main character is going through it. He's getting extorted.
You know.
All right.
I think I'd be in Street Fighter because they fight all the time, but you're like fine. Like, you can beat the piss
you're
out
just
of
watching
someone
it.
and they'll
you're
get
in the
up and just start walking away.
You're just a PNG in the back, like a cycling.
Yeah, in the back, you're a regular guy.
And the background would be fine, but like, say that World Tour thing though, there was a lot of people that are just beating the fuck out of each other, but they're fine though. You'll fucking DP their fucking head off, and then essentially they just get up and walk away like nothing happened. And I'm like, that's a world that I wouldn't mind living in. That would be a nice, where even if if somebody like gangs up on you, beats the fuck out of you, you can just get up and walk away.
I think of a world that'd be fun enough to be in, but not like fun enough for me to have fun in, but not like dangerous enough for me to be like, I don't want to be here. I don't know. I'd be a human in the world of Sonic.
Would that be good?
I don't even know what the world of Sonic entails.
Yeah, that's I don't know anything about that lore, actually. Like, it's zero.
There's people walking around. This would be a person. I'm like, whatever.
Terrible, because it's fucking terrible. It's terrible.
I'm sure it is.
It's fucking so shitty. It is some of Sonic is probably one of the worst. Like, I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I really don't think there is any like world building or like any world, fictional or otherwise, that is worse than Sonic the Hedgehog's. It is so lame, it's unbelievable.
Damn.
That's probably pretty fair. That's probably pretty fair.
I feel like it's harsh, but not harsh enough. I feel like it's harsh, but not by a lot. It's like you're in the right ballpark.
Yeah,
it's so shit.
I'd have to think about it more, but as of right now, just default off the top of the dome. Yeah, it's you couldn't even like if somebody gave me $20 to start reading, I'd be like, I'm good, dude. I'm good. I don't want to. I'd rather just not know it. I don't even be paid. I'd
rather be more ignorant about it. Honestly, it helps. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, since we did mention Star Wars recently, so we might as well get to this one. Dr. Rayenstein wrote in. He says, "Hey Ed and Eddie, coding plank with gallons of cum. What do you think about Ubisoft paywalling the Jabba the Hutt quest in the soon-to-be-released Star Wars Outlaws? As a Star Wars fanboy, I'm upset because the Jedi series of games from EA is surprisingly all right, but I'm not confident in Ubisoft to put out a puzzle of a game that you pay per piece. I think I think I know what he's trying to say.
What is the Jabba like? So it's not DLC. It's like
no. So it's just like
what is it?
It's just a side mission. It's like a side quest, I guess. Do you guys remember when Assassin's Creed used to do this? You remember when they had like on like certain platforms it had like 30 extra minutes of content or whatever? Like, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like that, where it's just like, oh, here's a mission for Jabba the Hutt that's exclusive to fucking, I don't know.
To this platform, yeah.
To this platform. This was different because this is just like an extra thing that you have to pay for or something. It's like like you have to buy this mission. It's
so
dumb.
How do I feel about that?
I don't like it.
I personally, as someone that doesn't buy all the DLC in most games, I don't give a fuck. Like, I buy shit that may be important to certain lore that I'm interested in, or like large expansions. Like, say that Elden Ring shit, obviously. That's going to be a fucking, like, a significant, because it's literally just like $20 less than the fucking game itself. So, it's like, all right. But yeah, well, I don't get that. Like, even when I heard about all that Dragon's Dogma 2 shit, I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, it's annoying. I think everybody understands that, but I feel like it's one of those things that most people complain, but most people aren't gonna fucking use that shit anyway. So I kind of just like, do your best to just avoid that shit. If it's inevitable, like old Ubisoft games where there'd be a chest and it's like, whoa, fucking, this is only for multiplayer shit or something. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's hilarious.
What is this? Like, that shit was crazy.
Put it in my game.
That shit was crazy.
It's
like,
so crazy. Yeah. I don't know. Kingston,
shit like that. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Because King, you're the Star Wars. Do you give a shit about Star Wars Outlaws at all? Like I know you're a Star Wars fan, but like I've never heard you talk about this.
I don't know, man. Like, see, the Outlaws are the bounty hunters, right? I don't give a fuck about any I've never liked bounty hunters really. I like the Mandalorians, but I don't care. I don't care about this character. I like the fucking magic and the fucking space swords. I don't give a fuck about Outlaws that much. It might be fun, might be interesting. That's cool. But
did you see the controversy surrounding the main character? Did you see it?
Oh yeah, that's right. Because she's like not hot or something. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not like drop dead gorgeous, and these guys are like freaking out. I'm like,
yeah. I do have to say yet again where I'm just like, I am consistently baffled because there's some screenshots that I've seen where it's just like, yeah, it's not even that she looks ugly; it's that she looks wrong in certain shots, and it's just like, well, why are you like? It's almost like if they made her ugly on purpose, like that would be one thing because it's like, okay, well, it's just an ugly character, but it's just like you have this beautiful model who's being scanned into the game, and then you have these shots of her looking like completely fucked where the lighting doesn't work. And so I get it. There is a conversation to be had, like I've said many, many times. It's like, why are some studios really, really good at scanning their actors into games and other studios just can't seem to fucking do it? Where is the talent gap there? Why is it so fucking vast between these places? It's weird. But it's not like the idea that like people are trying to stretch this into like a conspiracy theory is so fucking embarrassing. Like I hate sharing a planet with these people.
It's very exhausting in a way that I feel like there's just so much content. There's so much content. There's so many games that I'm like, you stupid bumbling bitch, go play something else. There are so many games with drop dead gorgeous hot women. What's that one that's coming out soon?
Stellar Blade.
Yeah. And in that way that I'm like, bro, now technically why I'm not excited about that is my games that I play are modded and like they have less clothes on than that bitch. So why do I care about that? Versus like, say I'm playing a BG3 or I just popped in Dragon Age Inquisition and Liliana's just butt-ass naked or Josephine's butt-ass naked just doing their thing at my fucking, at Skyhold or Skyhaven or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is that like, in a way that I feel like just, in a world of we have so many options, why the fuck are you so upset? I just don't get it. There's so many fucking options.
Some people need it to live, bro. Some people need to be upset.
I get the content creators.
Really
I
good
get that.
Too.
Yeah,
Stellar Blade's really good too. So like that's another thing too. Where it's like, yeah, I played
it out
because the demo.
I know
the demo
there's a
was
demo.
out.
Yeah. It looks good, but like me playing it specifically for the eye candy, I don't give a fuck about that. Is what I'm saying. Not the gameplay.
Oh yeah, I don't really care about it either. Yeah, I don't.
Because I've been seeing nothing but clips of close-ups where people are like drooling over it, and I was like, nigga, fucking all of my women in Baldur's Gate 3 are fucking naked. Why are you impressed by this? This bitch is fully clothed. I'm just saying.
I guess the fact that it isn't a mod is what's novel about it. Because like you wouldn't really see that.
But
otherwise.
Neither are my BG3 bitches either. I just take their clothes off.
That's the only exception and not the rule. You know what I mean?
Like that's one of the, that's true. That is true.
I get it. I get it. She's pretty. Like she's based on a real model too. Like that's the thing that bothers me about this conversation is like whenever you talk about it, it's like. I really hate every side of it because some people it's like, well, people don't. These people. This model was made by someone who's never seen a woman before, and it's like, I really hate to break this to you, but a lot of women are very hot actually. Like a lot of there are many women who look fucking fantastic, and in fact look the same or better than this character model, quite honestly. So like the idea that it's like fake is like I don't know, it reeks of insecurity on some level, but at the same time, absolutely. It's like I think it is also very strange to be like, oh man, finally a hot character in a game. It's like there's a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot. It's the niggas that are drooling. That bothers me. Like I said, appreciation. I look at her and I'm like, oh yeah, she's hot. Like I like that. But I'm not gonna go out of my way and clip that shit and be like, ooh, oh, and then you just your dick starts dripping and shit. I'm like, come on, dude.
Well, that's weird to me. That's to it, but like, yeah, 100%.
That's weird to me in general because like I'm playing a video game. I'm not jerking off to my video game. Like I'll just Google. I'll look up porn if I'm really like, what the fuck?
You're not multitasking. Because
there's a naked. There's a suit in that game that like it's the naked suit. It's the one that's like trending kind of where it's like it's not naked really, but it's like kind of like incredibly like revealing. And it makes the game super hard because it removes your shield. And I decided I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna play that way.
That's cool.
And I played the demo that way. And I sincerely like after like the first like 3 minutes of like gawking, where it's like, this is a pretty nice looking character. It immediately was just like, oh, this is a really good game. And I'm not even like by the end of the demo, I completely forgot that she was naked in any real way. Like I was just like, oh, this is hard and this is engaging and this is pretty well done. So yeah, I'm actually excited for Stellar Blade. I don't know if I'll
for the record. I just want to say
get to it immediately because I. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, keep going. Sorry. no, I just want to say I'm glad that you brought that up though. Just I had a conversation with somebody and they weren't 100%. They didn't understand what the nude mods angle was for specifically because there was a guy that uses AI to make like say Lucy in Fallout. Like somebody used AI to make her ass all plumped or something, and like I criticized that shit because it was just like some pathetic, corny shit. And someone tried to say something like, "Well, isn't this like the same as you modding or something like that?" And I'm like, "Well, first of all, no, not at all, because this is still frame. This is fucking retarded. This is like, and second of all, the main thing about modding these naked people in these situations is more for comedic purposes than it just being hot. Like, yeah, you get to look at this; they look nice." But it's more of them just being in these very serious situations and they're butt ass fucking naked, like that. There is something so fun about that, and I just need people to know that to where they don't get confused. But like, also, I'm not jacking off to these games. There is porn, and I have a wife. I'm not jacking off to this shit.
It should be noticed. It should be noted too. It should be noted that what is it? Oh fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. Whatever. It's gone.
God damn it.
Oh well.
I'm not jacking off them either.
Something about
just looking.
Something about what I was gonna say was that I saw that thing where like they made Lucy's butt big or whatever, but it's like it was embarrassing because it didn't even look good. Like it looked like shit. Like it looked awful because it just looked like a couch. Or something like a fucking Raymore and Flanagan fucking recliner and not an ass, and it looked like it had this like balloon texture to it, and it was just like what the fuck? This isn't hot at all. Yeah. Like you could have if it was at least like I don't know if somebody painted over it, I would and like artistically like genuinely made like a nice plump ass. I would still think it was like a little weird to do, but I would at least appreciate like what the fuck was done, but this was just like so terribly made. I really implore you guys to look up like that edit specifically, like the Fallout Lucy ass edit.
You can find it
pretty
quickly.
It's so
on my
unappealing.
profile recently. I haven't been tweeting like much at all recently. So it's probably like 3 things down or something. If you just check my Twitter account, you'll find it immediately. Because it's just fucking, it's probably like 3 or 4 things down or something. I don't fucking, or maybe, maybe it's further down because I tweeted out a lot during the UFC. It's a little bit further down because it was 5 days ago. But yeah, it just looks all glossy and balloony and shit. And not like, just having a jumpsuit. But they just want like a cosplay fucking vault jumpsuit essentially. Where like it's like fitting, like like a hot girl kind of a thing, and I'm like, bro, just calm down, enjoy the show. Just enjoy.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get another one. First things first, I am gay and I'm loving dude's head. I'm fired up and tied up with 9 guys in my bed. Oh, ball reliever wrote in. He says the mutant I don't know. I have no fucking clue. The mutant apocalypse is from Egypt. Egypt is in Africa. Apocalypse is African. Can he say the N-word?
Yes. So he's not sub-Saharan African. No, he's not.
Well, first of all, what I would say to this,
even if you're not sub-Saharan, I think it's okay. In my opinion,
that's kind of true too. Yeah.
Really? I don't know, man. I kind of feel the opposite. Where it's like I feel like
realistically,
you're not.
Go ahead.
Just because you're African, you're not African American, and that's really what that's really what that is.
Well, like specifically for Black Americans, 100%. Like that actually,
right?
It's for Black American and the British Black people as well. They were called that as well. The context here and there is slightly different, but that word was still used to demean them as well.
And I mean, it probably was adapted later.
And Caribbeans too, and even Portuguese people too. Actually, I think Brazilians as well.
I think it was adopted. Like the whole thing is because it's like nigga, right? That word popularized in America. It was something that was done here. It's in the same vein as like the way that.
Are you sure 100%? Like I'm not trying to just like discredit you because I know because that word exists in Portugal as well. They were called that there as well. Right,
because things do spread. No, but see, here's the thing. We're not saying when we're talking about does they have that past, they're not talking about the hard R. Because Black Americans don't fucking address each other with the hard R. That's not what they're talking about. They're not saying because nobody has the pass to say hard R. That's always derogatory. So it's like, do you have the pass to say? And that is a word that was popular. It was a thing that started in America, and then of course other Black cultures adapted it too. Where like I'll see like a Nigerian like Izzy Adesanya who moved to New Zealand, and then he says nigga, and I'm like, it is a little weird when you think about it.
He first of all, he doesn't say it right. Also, well, I think that's the thing. It's just the context of how it's word.
It's just an example of like, hey, you didn't necessarily have the, if we wanted to be technical about it, but I'm throwing all technicality out. Cat's been out of the bag for a long time. I think it's pretty fucking clear that. Even in America, when we've mentioned it many times before, a lot of your Puerto Rican brethren have, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, whatever, dude. Like, I'll let the Africans say it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
for me, it's simply if that word was used to define you or anyone in your grandparentage. That's where blackness stops for me. If your grandparents, at least one of them isn't Black, I don't count you as Black personally myself. I'm not going to stop you from saying words you want to say. It depends how you look as well. But if the N-word was used to derogatorily describe you, no matter where you are on this planet, I think it is fine for you to say the N-word.
I don't think so. No way.
It doesn't matter what you think, Chris, though.
I'm just going to be racist.
No, Kingston, I've been called that. I've been called that. So, like, there's no shot.
You've been called that, true, but, like, that's not that's...
Like,
but
internet
that's
trolls?
Insane.
Who calls you that?
Like who? Who's called you that really?
I remember when I first moved here, literally, like there was a 7-Eleven like in Glendale Or like a convenience store in Glendale where like this guy was fucking angry in the convenience store. He didn't get like he like tried to return something to a fucking convenience store or something. I don't remember what the fucking fight was, but he was like screaming, and I went in there for a tea back when they were like still selling glass and apples, and I went in there. I was like, oh man, and he turned to me along with a lot of other people, and he was like, get out of here, and he pointed at me. It's like you, and he said that specifically, that word, and I was like, yo, huh, what? He's like, get out of here. And I was like, okay, listen. And also it happens on, Xbox Live is a fucking notorious fucking place where like everybody calls it.
This, right? I understand what you mean. Not true. Being called that, but being defined as that. Like if you were part of the transatlantic slave trade and they were like, hey, what are you shipping? And your images were in there and they said N-words.
Right, but
then
you weren't.
It's like, yeah.
But you weren't traded.
Huh? No, my ancestors were.
Yeah, but you don't get to. What does that mean?
You don't get to because you were just personally.
Do you
traded.
Understand the context of what I'm saying, Chris?
I understand the context of what you're saying. I just don't.
Even for me, and I'm very real about the ideas that like the N-word for Caribbeans is different in general. Also, Hispanic people, because unfortunately I'm that also.
Yeah, it means like it means like hot pockets or something like that, right? Like empanadas or what is it? It's something like that, right? It's something like along the lines like, hey, you got a nigga, and then you guys fucking like break bread.
Yeah, nigga on you.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we do. And they think it's a $10 bill. No,
even like a Chinese word too.
Derogatory phrase to a black person.
Let me ask you guys something.
It's a Chinese word as well.
The amount of times, in Mandarin, it is a. I forgot what they call the onomatopoeia when you say ums and ands. Like a stutter. There's a proper term for that. Whatever that's called.
Yeah,
theirs sounds 100% like nigga. And me working at Newegg, when I worked at Newegg, it was so funny being there because it just sounded like there's a bunch of fucking Chinese people just saying nigga fucking every few minutes because everybody goes and but they just go nigga, and I'm like, I love this place. Because out of context, it's amazing. It sounds like a fucking Korean, lobby in Call of Duty. Huh?
Yeah, in
Korean it means you. Like, niga means... It's not nigga, it's niga. It's a different word.
Yeah, it's not nigga in Mandarin either. It's like, I think it's nika? I forget.
But that's like,
been a while since
in Spanish.
I saw it spelled.
That's like in Spanish where it's like a negro, you know? Like, where it's like, you know.
Well, that at least actually means black, you know, like... And
that's true. Yeah.
Negro. I like Modelo Negras. Those are actually pretty good. Let me ask you guys a question before we move on. Do you think the way that the Xbox lobbies and how everything went down with the amount of hard R's and N words that have been used in that specific context, do you think that maybe it should have been classified as its own language? Like, say, because it was so desensitized in a way that you can tell, like, a lot of these people weren't actually racist. They were just fucking pieces of shit trying to,
they were trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
The F-slur,
which is in a sense kind of worse.
I will say this. I do think this is true as I feel like almost like the internet evolved on like, specifically like Xbox Live and games communication, I feel like they evolved on separate planes from normal reality linguistically, and then they merged at some point. Because like I do think if you say the F slur today over mic, like in a public game, you're probably a really weird person who has like really strange beliefs about those people. I do think that's probably probably likely, but like I think in 2008 or 2010, it's pretty high likelihood that you were just saying that because that's part of the language of the lobbies at the time.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact, I heard all sorts of people say the F slur who in fact were either gay and didn't realize but still didn't care, or just didn't have any negative opinions about gay people at all, genuinely for real. So like I do think like there's a level of like, dude, man,
I'm not gonna act like I've said all those terrible words online. I've said all of those things.
Of course.
So what's the language called? If it had to be classified, what would you call it?
Just mean. Just mean. It's upset.
Meanish.
Upset gamer speak.
Slurvy. I speak Slurvian on Xbox.
It's gamer speak. It is. That's why like people are like, oh, you'll see the gamer word.
The gamer
it's like,
word.
Yeah.
So maybe it should be more associated with a gamer, gamerian, gamish. Should it be gamish? I'm speaking gamish. And they're like,
I'm speaking gamish today. I like that. I like that. What are the gamish traditions? Well, you must shout faggot into the microphone 4,000 times.
4,000 times within a week.
As one of our top.
that shit would drive me to say more terrible. If someone called me the N-word, it would give me zeal. Like I would get more energy from it. You know, I would get more drive.
I will never
I'd
forget.
Probably not really do better.
Dude, I still remember to this day when we were with Joe, or when we were living in the long apartment with Joe, and he was like, "Hey man, I just got the new Call of Duty," and I was like, I remember being like, "Oh, okay, interesting. I'm curious as to whether or not it's different." His first fucking game, we walk into his room just to see like what the game looks like and how it runs and like what it's like, and then immediately in like I think maybe not even 10 seconds. Over the voice comm, the N-word, like loud as hell, and I was like, I can't believe it. Like my first exposure to Call of Duty in years for a microsecond, and it was like already slurs.
So, right,
truly awesome.
They know who they are, man.
You got you know what I'm gonna do later when I have time. I'm gonna jump back into 2009 Modern Warfare 2. And I'm gonna practice my heart because, like, who cares if you get banned from that shit? Like, there's probably 3 people.
Can I say something?
I think
they
as
are.
far as
actually.
I'm concerned, they are.
Yeah,
I think they brought them up again, right?
They got revived.
Bro, I don't think they ever went down.
I think when. No. They didn't go down technically because I think it's peer to peer, and I think it's not dedicated.
Last time I played in 2018, and 2018 they were definitely up because that was the last time I played.
They were still up. So what happened is they're still up, but they're just abandoned. Basically, like they don't there's no moderation, and like the devs don't give a shit because the devs are technically non-existent. So like it's really just like a publisher side server farm that's kind of just like set up. But I remember they enhanced it when Microsoft bought Activision, or when that deal finally went through. Like all those games like got like some weird patch or something, and everybody was like, "Whoa!" But they're still kind of hackers' playgrounds. Like you cannot play a legitimate game of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on
that is
the
true.
360 version. Like it's gone.
That is true. I remember vividly trying to play in 2018, and this nigga's just standing in one spot, and he's just fucking murking everyone. He didn't even move. He's just with everyone's getting. I was like, it was so funny. I was like, dude,
it was fucked up. I played a game.
Hilarious.
I played a game. I don't even know how they do this, but like I played a game of Modern Warfare 2. It was on High Rise, and I remember because I remember really liking that map. And I was running around, and then I looked at the sun because there's a sunset on that map, and the sun is Dr. Phil's face. And no matter where you're at, you die. Like so, like you live for like 5 seconds and then you die, and it's just a fucking mess. It's a complete like there's no reason to play that game, but it is funny hearing people on the mic.
Totally.
Oh man, I had a question here.
I'll kill your grandma.
I had a question here and then I lost
before
it.
You go to bed, you know.
Yeah,
bro. How much worse would it have been if there was fucking webcam? Like, what if you saw your fucking face? Like, people saw your face.
You would have seen pipe. You would have seen pipe all the time.
It would have
shit. Webcam invites penis to be shown.
You're very
I don't know what about it does that.
You're very right. I did not consider that. I was actually thinking of just how would the racism being enhanced. You know, if I say, but that is true. There'd be a lot of people.
N-word takes the stock
it's
out.
Like
you can see people. Like,
I couldn't help but notice you were black, sir. Might I say something to you?
I feel like people would have to get like soundboards because they couldn't say N-word. They couldn't say the N-word fast enough. They had to just be like,
yeah, dude,
just pushing the button. Look,
watch this. Dude, I remember that was a big problem actually with Uno because like I think the Uno Xbox Live game like added like webcam support and people were just like shoving their fucking dicks on. Can you imagine shoving a reversal and then like shoving your cock out?
That was a problem. That is why it got taken off the game store.
That is so funny.
It got taken off the game store, actually.
Bro, that
game was so fun.
It's real talk.
It's really good, actually. Like it's like probably one of my favorite games on the 360. I think.
I love that.
It would inherently, but it's Uno, you know. So
Isn't
Uno
that
inherently like.
Wait, that voice. Was it that voice message of?
Oh
you
yeah,
remember that? It's like iconic.
You have Uno.
You have Uno. You.
I don't have Uno. You have Uno, you fucking dick. Dude, that is one of the most iconic things that has ever
Xbox
been
known to man.
The oldest Xbox. I think I know that. I feel like in my heart I know that video like word for word. Like if I started watching that video, I would immediately remember everything. But I love that video. Such a classic. Yeah. You don't really get that anymore, man. Like I think it's a lot of that comedy is from the fact that those microphones sucked so much shit. Like even at 100%. The time. Even 100%. At the time they sucked. It wasn't like it wasn't like, oh, we have bad recordings of our audio back then, and it was actually better in the moment than it was in the recordings. It's like, no, it really did sound that shitty.
No, it's
like
fucking
it sounded
ass completely
fucking horrendous. Like there are some people. I understand this is like a very inside baseball and very, very like nerdy, very specific thing to be aware of. But like in like 2004 or 2005, there were a lot of these Halo 2 machinimas online that, because there were no like people weren't in booths in person recording audio, all of the voice lines were done through the microphones, and it is so fucking funny. It is like 10 times funnier than it would be if their audio was clear. And one of my favorite ones is it's called Frequency by I Am Suck. And it's like this dumb machinima where like there's a laser beam that just shouts the Numa Numa theme. It's like very, very early 2000s. But like the way that people scream through those microphones is like there's nothing there. It's music to my fucking ears. Those old
100%
compressed, fucked, low bitrate microphones. I have a channel in one of my Discords, or specifically my main like friend Discord server, that has like a voice channel that has like a really, really low bitrate on purpose, just to like emulate it.
So you can capture that essence.
Does this sound like we're in freaking Xbox lobbies?
That's great.
It sounds so funny.
It's so ridiculous.
That one clip, let me ask you this, and then we should just do like maybe one more and go or something, but
yeah.
That guy he's talking shit, and then he starts playing Enter Sandman.
Oh, you're just jealous.
Real?
You're just jealous you're just jealous of my hands, because my guitar hands will do something you'll never be able to do in real life. So, yeah, you're gay. And then he starts playing.
You're gay.
Enter Sandman really poorly, like really like the most.
I gotta see that again.
Real,
I gotta see that
or is
again.
that like a bit? Because
it might be a bit, but like I also feel like. I feel like it's just so authentic still. Like even if it was a bit, I don't think it was a bit with the intended purpose of being shared necessarily. I think it was genuinely like something that he thought was funny for the other person to see, and so he just did it. But like I think it's the mic, man.
Yeah, it's
the mic makes
great.
it.
That's a great one. That's good shit, dude.
Enter Sandman. Xbox Live.
He doesn't play it that bad. He doesn't play it that bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's a voice message. It's
Kingston,
not great. It's not
Kingston,
great.
You're not a guitarist, so I understand where your barometer is. It's very poorly played. It is remarkably poorly played. I actually don't even think it's tuned correctly. I'm pretty sure he's playing it in like standard tuning and like
not
very
tuned
wrong.
Correctly. It's definitely not tuned correctly, but he plays it somewhat. You at least know what it is,
Yeah.
Give him his credit. His
timing is so fucked. I love this fucking message. God damn. There's so many. You could probably make like yeah, you're gay.
So yeah, you're gay.
I don't like. Yeah, the comments on this are great too. It's like I don't care if it's completely off key. The pure amount of confidence and the idea of insult -music cue is amazing.
It
is pretty insane.
It's legendary.
I just imagine this guy plugging up his guitar and pedals and shit with that look on his face, like this is gonna show his ass.
Yeah, I fucking rule.
Love it.
Fuck this guy.
He does kind of rush it too. Yeah. They're like, I love when he rushes it.
Yeah, he
like,
rushes
he's running out of time.
Because I think there's only I think you can only record like 15 seconds at that time.
Yeah.
So he just like, oh, I gotta finish Enter Sandman.
Just cram it in there. I do that with fucking Instagram stories sometimes, where I start seeing that I'm almost out, and I'm like, I gotta fucking start talking faster, and I'm like, that came out like shit. Man, The nostalgia.
Yeah,
shit,
you're
dude.
gay.
You're gay.
So good.
Yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here, or do another one or something.
Speed up.
All right, let's get out of here.
He literally speeds up at the last eighth of a message.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Our goal today was just to kind of get through a lot of some of the questions that we usually we rant too long to get to. So we tried to blitz through a decent number of them. We want you to get your value, get your question read on the show and all that. Ooh. So we hope we still have a lot of questions left to read still, and we're in the middle of the month still. So we're paced pretty well. One thing I want to notice before we one thing I want to say before we leave today is that the merch is done. And if you are a patron, you'll be getting there's the store is going to launch in mid-May, I think, is a good time to launch it. And that's kind of when it's set up to launch, but patrons will get a way in if they have a password. We're not going to say that password here because that's a Patreon thing. So if you want to jump on that, that'll be in the coming days that you'll get that password, and then we'll share the link when ready. So you guys can see what we got up there. It's a very limited number of things. It's very small. We're just trying to gauge interest, see what happens. And some of them might be completely limited, by the way. Some of these things might just be open before the store even launches. And you might have a little limited edition fucking stupid shirt that you can't believe exists. I'm really excited about a handful of them specifically. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. If you're on the Patreon, keep an we that. If you're curious about it and you're not a patron, jump on, because we appreciate you over there. And yeah, that'll be it. Let's we did talk recently on a recent episode about experimenting with somebody else reading the names, and I'm curious, Sweeney, if you want to read the names.
Where's the list? Where did I find the list of them?
Never mind. It's already the question is, if you're already asking how, we're not going to do it.
We'll just go to Patreon.
We'll do it next time. I got to leave in 9 minutes.
Next time.
I got 9 minutes. Oh, fuck.
All right.
I got 9 minutes.
All right, 9 minutes. All right. Let's.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll run through them.
I'm sure you can do it fine in 9 minutes, but I was the whole setup and Sweeney doing it. We need more time. We need more time than that. We're gonna need more time than that
for sure.
You're doing the next episode for sure, though.
It'll be interesting. Active payments, paid members, 25. Yeah, we'll do next episode. All right, count me down, Sweeney.
3, 2, 1.
Come.
I'm about to come. Oh, splat. Guys, I think the recording stopped. For real. How much for Chris to tattoo my name on his cock? Miguel O'Hara's trans mask pussy. What will you have after 500 queers? First things first. I am gay and I love giving dudes head. I'm fired up and tied up with 9 guys in my bed. Oh, ball reliever. Turian pussy in this life or the next. I just got a full-time job milking hot, sweet piss from Sween's big bulbous boy tits. I don't think you know where piss is stored. It's in the balls, not in the tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right in the balls.
I'm fucked in Florida. Say what you want, cunt. Wipe me down because I'm covered in cum, a little boozy. In Alan's voice from Smiling Friends, I heard you bred Pim, Charlie. Pim voice. Hooray! The whole office knows Charlie. Stupid. Chris, I can't even finish a tier list series. Big Meaty Stinks. Andy, the man whose handies are S tier and dandy. Goofy and his cartoonishly large dog cock. Oopsie. Chris's dad accidentally forgot how many VCs they loaded into the chopper. Heath Smoker. Charlie Sheen bending over Tom Sween and inserting his peen. Regulators, but it's ejaculators by Warren Gay. Tariq Nasheed's secret white gay lover. S'more Oh, S'more makes his return. Homeless trans femme who comes. Gonna put my pee-pee in your earlobes, Derek. You guys are bad at arguing and retarded.
Do it.
I be conundruming for a crow-boiling bitcho. I don't even know what the fuck that means. My queer spear be gaping men's balloons like knots on a child's tongue at a birthday party. One of my lecturers got cucked by the lead singer of the Pixies. Gay OT Genesis be like, I'm in love with a homo. SpongeBob Piss Pants, Mr. Pants. Chris Bitch NATO and Sween Blackman. How do you feel about Into the Light and Final Shape? Baller the First Sin. Spun Befudders. Wah, I'm Chris. I'm big and gay that hates reading the names. Wah, jolly old dipshit. Balls dipped dipped red, screaming in black and white. Patrick hit him with that autistic flow. I beg to cream near the rear end of some horny guys. This is my longing as I fist is behind. I'm probably gay. Holiday by Green Day. Sydney Sweeney's tits is two moons. Cyphergraph, medium penis haver. Palestinians be like, here they come. It's lots and Jews and planes. There are no. I really love that. There are no good video game adaptations. There's only the Far Cry movie from 2009. I didn't even know that was fucking real. Is that real?
That's real.
What?
Why don't you look that up?
2009. That was like before,
I have
that was like right after Fall.
That was before Far Cry 3. But weird. Like Fallout 3 was,
or maybe
Far Cry 3 was 2013.
Movie. 2008 Far Cry movie. It's real.
That's insane.
What?
Hunter Dubois, ripping my bong daily since 2020. I'm really farting out some shit right now, boy. Giving top to my fortified penis. Fat nerds. Blowing hot, monstrously thick bombs. Lashkar. My dick takes 4 sharp lefts. NASCAR. The fuck is going on? Lily's asparagus binging piss dealer. Back to tank of cum. Back to tank of piss. Caucasian container crack about for gays. Disgruntled. Donald Trump burping on Dom's clit. Super Earth is just regular Earth without Israel. Max Silhouette. And the people proud and gay giving me dick hooray. Sheep Pipkin on my Pippa. Possum. You guys mentioned O.J. Simpson in the last episode, and now he's dead. Good job. We are rebranding the Snark tank as the Spank tank. Maybe slightly above average clit energy. Just the hard R. Star Coffee. Never made it as a straight man. Only made it as a gay man squealing. J. Cole let Nas down. And Drake is texting little girls. And Kendrick is short. My son froze to death in the wastes of Ohio by going homeless to pay you fucks, and now this is his memorial. Rip John. Transfem Gremlin, exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million rotgens of ionizing radiation. Yush, Wormst, the Craig the Canadian. Sweeney is my third favorite racist. Frieza number 1. Roranora Zorro is second. I don't even know who the fuck that is. It's your boy Shawnee D.
No black people on site, dog.
Yeah, I don't know. It's your boy Shawnee D, friendly neighborhood sex offender, $1 million date rape, 3XO, watching Bryle steal foreskins in broad daylight only to put them in a jar of formaldehyde. Bryle would never do such a thing. Bryle is a relaxed feller. The homeless cat that Shane Dawson impregnated, slurping, stroking, smoking, joking, emoticons going like this. Drip MH, Lord of Homeless Drip. Beating off, jerking off, masturbating, coming, sperming, busting. Sperming is crazy. Busting, creaming, jizzing, shooting, roping. Zeus Man Milk, Obi Won't You Blow Me. Jackson Vernon, Linus Tech Tips, learning what the hard R means. Kremlin to Gremlin. Hey, Derek, who sucks the best dick out of the group? I'm going to steal your bones. I'm something of a piss drinker myself. Sure. Pizza Time's Gay Son, Pepperoni, nice. Pete Osborne, Zoo by Denzel Fury. I Want It, I'm Gay by the Gay Street Boys. Jesus Christ. Genghis Khan voice. I'm over here stroking. I don't know. I Want It That Way.
Oh, I Want It That Way. Okay. Come on, man. Come on. You can do better than that.
Yeah. It's It could be. I mean, it's like, at least it's short.
It works.
God
it
willing.
Works, but like, go ahead.
Yeah. Genghis Khan voice. I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now, just stroking my shit. Wage Slave 583, a sad guy from Michigan, telling the boys it's not gay to give sloppy toppy lazy couch style and take back shots and secretly crossing my fingers. The Papini brothers present Master Roshi flow. Call my dick the turtle hermit because it only gets bigger when it's shooting Kamehamehas. Donkerson. Hey Kingston, pause. No, this is literally what the name is. See. Installing faulty neural link in Chris's head that plays Thunder on repeat. You got to pay the troll souls again. The boys hold Gade 6. Probably gonna get evicted for being too poor, but at least my stupid name got read. Derek, I think you'd find more conservatives would be receptive if you offered the understanding you demand. Never will never happen. Drazap half. I can't read this. Drazap half. Can you? Drazap, whatever. I'm not reading that.
What are you saying?
Drazap Pafognik. I don't know. Whatever. Using a turkey baster because I hate gay sex. Help. Fuck. The dumbest lesbian. They're coming. Lots and lots of dicks and balls. I went homeless paying Ian Miles Chung to swat the Chumba Casino guy. John Strickland. Who's winning the twerk off between Tom Sweeney and Kingston? Place your bets below. Merck's 1889.
Do it.
Can we call the way they puppet Biden around Weekend at Bernie Sandersing? No. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you just? You almost had it. It would have just been Weekend at Bernie. Why not just Weekend at Biden's? Yeah, like what?
Well, yeah,
because it's not Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders isn't dead.
Like,
yeah, it's not great.
He's not dead, and he's not.
I mean, I don't know.
He's just not.
Biden might be
look
dead
at man.
I know.
He's like not. He's boring. He's not. Remember, I think they've injected him with steroids because like he doesn't do the same gaffes like he used to. Like I feel like these people act like he's still getting those same gaffes. I miss them. Remember the shit that like we used to make fun of him while he was campaigning and shit? Like,
oh yeah, when he was talking about like little kids touching his leg hair.
Yeah, and I'm like, these people are acting like he's saying the same shit. And I'm like, you guys are stuck in fucking yesteryear, and we have boring material.
I think they don't let him talk. They're just like, listen, you can't be out there talking.
All he does is walk slow like a fucking old man that he is, and I'm like, whoa, I'm like, this is lame.
It's like that photo of It's like that photo of Clint Eastwood that went around. It's like Clint Eastwood looks so creepy, and it's like he's like 100.
He's old as shit. You're not gonna look 90s.
like that. He's a cowboy too. Like he didn't believe in lotion. You know, like God damn. Like
yeah. He's not like. Imagine what Trump would look like if he didn't put on makeup, if he didn't dye his hair. You know what I'm saying? Like
Clint looks pretty bad though.
He would look
pretty bad
old because he doesn't take care of himself. Like in that way, like Trump does all this stuff to mask how fucking old he is. Biden doesn't do it. Clint Eastwood doesn't do it because they're not ashamed of their age. You know, they're fine looking like fossils.
They
and
should
I think
be.
That's. I agree to a certain extent. I would probably put on a long wig that would maybe some Rasta shit or something. I don't know.
I would take clothespins and I would stretch my face out like this, and
I like that. That. It's way better than Botox, dude. I don't want to put that nerve killing shit in my face.
I can't wait to die.
Some clothespins.
I can't to die in general. I wanted to parade my body around when I'm dead.
Can we put clothespins on our penis too?
The first,
I want that shit.
The First Church of Keith David presents Weekend at Sweeney's the podcast. The Second Church of Keith David featuring being better than the First Church of Keith David. Thanks, man. I've been Pre-rise, Blake 896. I damn near you look dashing. I damn near choked to death laughing hearing Sween say he thought the Klansmen were dressed as Power Rangers in episode 222. Chris trying to read like Lily's theme park ride is the lazy river, but it's just piss. Alaskan Oilfield Trash, Texas Tater Salad, Facalicious, Sue Hulk, Tickle My Ass Hairs, Nikki Ziggy. I want to test Chris's dyslexia, Ginger. My piss is thick like gas station slushy, and Lily chugs it. Live action 9/11, Wicket 909. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Duck Cunt, the Vegan Necromancer. I got consent. Aetherian, Bergerian, Puncher, and Memphis one. Finally rehabilitated and back in the saddle with 2 functioning hands. And is rounding out our list as always is the King.
A big N-word.
The King of Haphazard. Thank you all.
Big N-word. Watch out for Big N-word. They're ruining everything.
yeah. Like
what if
Big
that
Pharma?
Was notorious Big N-word? What if that was his name? Do you think he would have got as popular if that was his name?
Yeah, probably more popular.
Yeah. Is notorious
probably more popular.
Big Nick and then I think you're right. When the moon rises,
N-I-G-G-A,
bro.
B-I-G-N-I-G-G-A.
Do you think the best line he's ever came up with? He says, "When the moon rises, I'm coming in her eyes." And
he says that?
Yes, it is.
That's so bad.
That's so stupid. I love it.
You know what's crazy? Like, all jokes aside, Biggie Smalls is a fantastic rapper. Like,
he's fucking incredible.
Like, skill-wise, like at the 90s era rappers, there were some that were like dog shit that they got a lot of respect, and there were some that were like really truly good.
Yeah,
Biggie would be a good rapper by modern rapping 100%. Standards. He would still be an insanely talented rapper. Cause Party and Bullshit, I listened to that song again. That song is insane.
Yeah.
He does a quadruple entendre 3 times in a row in that song. And I'm like, holy fuck, that's impressive, dude.
Yeah.
And he's talking about just fucking and hanging out at a party and doing dumb shit.
My favorite Biggie song is the one where he goes like, you gotta know when to hold him. Know when to fold him.
Know when to fold him. You know, I just heard, I was just listening to Come Town, and somebody mentioned that song, and Stavi, the fat Greek, he's like, you know that song's about my balls, right? And for some reason, I thought, like, when I started thinking of the lyrics, and I was like, that is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard of, but it made me laugh out loud.
Dumb.
You gotta
so
know when to
stupid.
hold
like,
them.
I gotta know when to fold. You gotta fold your
You gotta know
balls.
when to fold them.
Remember, the idea of like ironing your balls so that the crease is gone is fucking wild.
That's crazy.
I thought about it.
There's a bunch of memes where people are like, there's been memes where people are putting their balls in like the deep fryer at like fucking McDonald's, shit like that, and it's them being like, oh, you can hear their balls fry. And the idea of someone coming into McDonald's, breaking in, getting over the fryer and dipping their balls in it is crazy to me. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it is kind of one of the dumber things you could do if you're gonna break into a McDonald's.
Like, why are you frying your balls at?
All right.
What are you doing, bud?
Oh, he's about to hammer his balls. Good night, everyone.
You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
Know when to hammer your balls. Rest in peace, Big Eye. Wow.